Vibrational greetings and divine love and harmonious blessings to each and every single one of you. Welcome to Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live with Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live with Tucker Bearden, being brought to you by Limitless Digital Media, Curtis Higgins, Network of Influencers, Manny, Lopez, Shift Advanced Life Design Magazine by Robert Garcia, Do You Even t-shirt line, and the app Embracing Capability. Once again, big shout outs and much love and appreciation goes to Tucker Bearden for making this vehicle, this venue possible to reach, more of you out there. And for the first time, if this is the first time you're watching this, this is being presented by Samadhi Sea of Wisdom Meditation School, where it's not about positivity. Here in Yuma, Arizona, where it's not about positivity, it's not about negativity. It's about authenticity. It's about genuineness. It's about realness. It's about rawness. It's about you. It's about time. And the subject for today that we are presenting for the month of May, because for those of you that don't know, the month of January, we had presented foundation. So we had a topic for each month. January was foundation. February was unconditional love. March was the month of miracles. April was the month of allowing. And this month for May is the topic of mayi, giving ourselves permission, giving ourselves the belief that there's a possibility of something more, because there's always possibility. That's what life is really speaking every single day, because we are existing against the impossibility of existence. Just the fact that we are alive, we are defining possibility. So again, welcome to Samadhi, where it's about you. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you are or where you haven't gone, or what you know or what you don't know. It's about the inner truth that resides deep inside of each and every one of you. And our intention here at Samadhi is to inspire you, to remind you, for you to awaken yourself to your own inner truth. Because really it's about you in your world. And Samadhi is here to just share from our experience of what's possible. And for the topic for today, as entrepreneurs, we take things way too personally. And the intention for this video is to allow and remind you, the viewer, to learn and remember the incredible value and wisdom that comes from detachment, and how to work with faith on discovering, loving, and living your passion regardless of the outcome, to truly enjoy the fruits of your greatest heart's desire. When you live from your heart, there is just this enjoyment, and it doesn't matter what happens or doesn't happen, because you're following your heart. And if we do it the opposite, when we don't follow our hearts, we're always going to fall short. We're always going to expect something. We're always going to wait for something, instead of realizing that it's all there. When we follow our hearts, things awaken from within us. So, with that being said, let's just take a quick breath of presence. Let's give ourselves permission to breathe. Let's give ourselves permission to bring our attention back to ourselves. And attention, focused attention, is really genuine love in action. So just give yourself the attention, give yourself the love that you deserve, that you've been waiting for, that you desire. And breathe that in and let go of everything else. Just let everything go. And just sit with yourself for a moment. For those of you for the first time, if any thoughts come to mind, don't fight them, don't resist them. Acknowledge them. Bring your awareness back to the breath and center yourself. And this is a mental kung fu. This is a mental skill that awakens the skill of the heart. This is a different type of training. So just sit and be for a moment. Appreciate this moment. For this moment only comes once in a lifetime. Take a deep breath. And all is one, ready to receive. Take a moment to just take everything in. Because every moment just comes once in a lifetime. but the lifetime exists in the moment. Thank you, everyone. So the subject today is about forgiving yourself. May I forgive myself? And how many of us don't forgive ourselves? How many of us take things too personally when we have the ability to unpersonalize it or detach from it and realize that we have and always have had the authority and the control of our own perspective, of our own belief, of our own awareness, of our own understanding of the situation, of people, places, circumstances, things, and events. And when we give that permission back to ourselves, we will unconsciously but start birthing that conscious to consciously give that permission to everybody else. Because nowadays there's too much trying to get everyone to believe what I believe, trying to get everyone to do what I want to do. And it's like every one of us have the right, the birthright to live our own truth, to act from our own awareness. And that's what we really wanted to talk about today, is give yourself permission to forgive yourself if you took things a little too personally. If the person that you talked to gave you an attitude, if the person that you talked to didn't agree with what you're saying, nobody has to agree with you. We can have a beautiful relationship in acknowledging each other's, different opinions and different beliefs, but seeing the unity of that we're all doing our best to know ourselves. Because it's not my job to understand Alice. I will never understand Alice. Only Alice can understand Alice. Just like it's Alice's job not to understand me, because I'm barely figuring it out and coming into my own understanding. How do I think that someone else can understand me? How do I expect someone else to know me if I'm barely starting to come into this realization that there's a lot of work to be done? There's still a lot of things to figure out, to unravel, to unfold of the things that I thought I knew myself, and because of the pride, because of the ego, because of the things that I thought I knew, it was hindering my spiritual, mental, and physical progress. And when I started letting go, I started realizing that all the wisdom and intelligence was inside of me. The more I was able to let go, the more I was able to unfold this deep inner wisdom and this deep inner truth that always was waiting and patiently just sitting, waiting to show me what I already know inside, deep inside. And that's what I really wanted to share with you guys today is, as entrepreneurs, we're in wherever you come from, but this format is really focused towards entrepreneurs, but it doesn't matter where you come from. It's, give yourself some love, some patience, some compassion. Give yourself some kindness, that it doesn't matter if we get it right, because that's how we're unraveling, we're unfolding the things that we thought we knew that we didn't know. And when we can be more humble, because this is a perfect format, stay humble, hustle hard, is that balance, because it's about that balance of forgiving yourself, but then taking action on the things that you unfold from within yourself. So, I know Ali had some things that she wanted to share.
Well, first of all, again, if this is your first time watching on this platform of Stay Humble, Hustle Hard, let's reintroduce. I'm Alice, this is Michael, and we are with Samadhi Sea of Wisdom from Yuma, Arizona, and we host this show every Wednesday for Tucker Bearden. Sometimes you will see us with guests, other times you won't. It all depends on our scheduling. So today, the topic that we are bringing about forgiving yourself. And my take on that is, what happens in those moments when you've made a decision in your life, be it when you were a kid, a crazy teenager, or a very sad teenager, or maybe you were none of those and you just made a decision really not thinking into it, not really focusing on your heart, but made it on a whim, and it took you down a path that was very destructive, or it took you down a path that cost you a lot of sweat and tears or pain or something along that line. What do we do later in life when we realize, oh, if I would have only known, I shouldn't have done that? But forgive yourself in knowing that sometimes going through that dark moment, going through those moments of pain or anguish or regret, is actually preparing you for the greater version of yourself. So if you are an entrepreneur that is succeeding on your way to success, or are you already there, succeeding in what you love to do and your purpose in life, and you look back at those dark times, forgive yourself. Be kind and compassionate enough to forgive yourself and say, you know what, I didn't make that other choice because it wasn't in it for me to be where I am now. If you love where you are, if you are truly happy, genuinely happy and at peace where you are, then you need to really forgive yourself and just thank those circumstances. Thank those people that came across your path that made the dark even darker sometimes. Thank them, because if it weren't for their presence and their contribution, you wouldn't be where you are. So in my book, it's pretty simple. It really is a simple
it's so simple, we miss it.
Simple formula. Yeah, but we miss it because the ego steps in, because exterior influences of, oh man, you know, I probably could have, whatever it is, in your relationships, if it's work related, whatever type of relationship it is, usually you tell yourself, oh, you know, why did I have to go through all that? And forgive yourself and just change that vocabulary and say, I am glad I went through all that because I wouldn't be here. If one thing, and Michael and I have repeated this in other videos, so if it sounds familiar, maybe that's why, if you've seen our videos, but we usually say, if one little thing would have just been off course, just one little thing would have been changed in any way, one way or another, you wouldn't be where you are. So gratitude, have that gratitude to know that your soul, that your heart made the right choice. Whatever it was the right choice, even if you were through a lot of pain in the meantime. So that's my story.
Beautiful point. Thank you, Ali, for sharing that, because sometimes we think what Ali said is so fundamentally important, because if we hold anything or anyone back from keeping a grudge, keeping something against ourselves, thinking it's them, the really only person holding us back is ourselves. Because everybody's doing the best that they can on this experience. I don't know why all this stuff is coming up. Okay. Yeah. So whenever we say, oh no, it's because of this person, or it's because of that person, or it's because of this thing, or it's because of that, whatever, it's really ourselves looking for a reason to not succeed. Looking for a reason to not believe we can't find our happiness. Believe that we can't find our purpose. Believe that we can't find our truth. But really, everybody else is just doing the best that they can. So when I learn from my experiences, I open up the book of wisdom that is already and always has been inside of me. If that makes sense.
Another one that goes with forgiveness as well is one that comes to mind that helped me in forgiving others. Sometimes it's more challenging to forgive yourself. Let's put it that way. We're easy to forgive other people, but we keep kicking ourselves.
We're our worst enemy.
Yeah. But one thing that helped me so much, and this is what we teach at Samadhi, is if it's justified or not. You may have a list of 10 reasons why you need to hold either anger, resentment, or guilt against someone or some situation in your life, or against yourself. Justified or not, you will, to have that pure connection when you go into meditation, because that's what we do, is we facilitate and teach meditation. If you desire that connection, that energy to flow, for you to be in that authentic place without any kind of walls that put a barrier, then even if it's justified, even if you feel, but I have reason to be angry, I have reason to be upset with myself, or whatever it is that you do to justify it, if you really want that connection with that divine, if you really desire to flow in your business, in your life, in your world, then let it go. forgive yourself and don't hold that grudge against yourself. So.
Beautiful point, Ali. Beautiful point. And the one thing that comes to mind is how much energy. I mean, if you really think about it, if we really think about it, because we've done this work, and we're not just telling you guys to do something that we just read in a book. This is something we practice on a daily basis. Because when I was doing the breathing, one thing that came to me is, you know, if you look at how we learn any kind of, you know, skill, I just want to give an example of Kung Fu. Like, we go to the, you know, Kung Fu teacher and we're like, you know I can fight. I want to go fight in that, you know, ring or whatever. What's the teacher going to tell you? It's not just about fighting. You must practice. You must practice this. You must master this. These different things, right? So the thing about it is, this is a skill set. When you can learn to forgive yourself, it is a skill set that is going to give you this sense of skill, this mastery, that no matter what comes at you, yeah, if you fall down, you'll get back up. But you're not going to beat yourself falling down. How many of us fall down and then we beat ourselves up for falling down? So then we fall down some more, we beat ourselves up some more, we fall down, and we overcompensate, looking to help other people feel better, looking to help other people, you know, succeed in life. And that's great if we do this, but if it's a negligence of our own soul's evolutionary path, or our own mental progress, our own whatever you want to call that progress, then who are we hurting? Because at the end of the day, you got to face yourself. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. You close your eyes and you sleep with yourself. We cannot escape ourselves. So there's one thing that Ali had taught me, is because in the beginning she was like, no, let's talk about this. Let's get down to, you know, what's going on. And I'd be like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Let's just, come on, let's just continue. She's like, no, we cannot continue if we don't, you know, talk about this situation. We cannot continue if we don't face what's going on right now. And I'm like, so I knew that she was going to talk. I knew that she was going to, like, not stop until we dealt with it. And that was a blessing for me. Because what that taught me is life is no different. Life is going to continue to give you that lesson until you forgive yourself. Until you evolve. Just like when a first grader goes through school, if they don't pass their tests, if they don't study, if they don't do their diligent work, they're not going to get to second grade. Well, nowadays it's different because they just let them pass. But I'm talking about when we grew up, okay? So let's just say when you get to 8th grade, okay? Let's make it more reasonable in these times now. You're not going to pass the grade if you don't study, if you don't do your work, if you don't take the schoolwork home, and it's like, oh yeah, I just did my work and I'm done. And then I go watch TV or I go do this. No, it's just like any athlete, anybody. If you have the work, okay, I did my work, but let me study a little bit more so I can advance a little bit. Like an athlete. Okay, if I go practice just one time a week, I'm not going to make the pros. I'm not going to go to the majors because I didn't put my diligence into it. So it's just like anything that you're doing in life. But this is not about just physical work. This is about mental work. This is about detachment. This is about releasing those things that are keeping you stuck that you think you could work and figure out. That's the pride, that's the ego. Oh, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it done. And instead of, wait a minute, why don't I just simply let it go? And in letting it go, the wisdom will unfold and allow me to see the benefits of letting it go and to see the things that I couldn't see before, which is that book of wisdom that the world is always showing up as, that our life is always showing up as, that our own consciousness is showing up as. Because here's one thing that I want to really, really hone in on, is that when we don't let go, we're stuck in this part of our brain, which is the fight or flight part of the brain, which is it's not open to learning. It's not open to remembering who we are, because it's still stuck in trying to figure it out. And when we let go, we access the prefrontal cortex and these other parts of our brain that is the more evolved part of our brain that can figure things out, that knows the solution, instead of being stuck in our limited selves that can't figure out that solution, that is trying to figure it out, that is trying to work hard. And in reality, we got it all backwards if we don't bring and find the balance of surrendering and taking action from that place with non-action.
So thank you everyone for
Oh, David Wilkoff is
for
he's
joining
here with
us.
us.
Yes.
Blessings,
Do
brother.
you want to take a look and see if we do have any
Oh,
comments,
yes.
and then we can say our goodbyes.
Rob Morgan says, you learning yourself day by day. Indeed, brother. Thank you for joining us. Eric Swanson in the house. Thank you, brother. He says, keep rocking. Always, 24/7, all day, every day, brother.
Rob's trying to get
you
our
already
attention.
know
Hello.
it. Hello.
We apologize, Rob.
And Greg Walker says, what up from Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah.
Blessings, Greg. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone who's joined us today.
And bear with us, because sometimes we don't see the screen in time, and you guys are over there trying to get our attention, Rob. Rob.
Okay, there we go.
Hello, everyone. And when we get out of here, if we see your messages, we'll make sure to get back to you. So, again, this is Alice and Michael with Samadhi, Sea of Wisdom in Yuma, Arizona, with our dear friend.
Bearden?
Yeah, and well, I wanted to kind of let Rob know that we are here with you, Rob, but we didn't see the screen. We love doing this for Tucker, and join us again if you care to learn more about what Michael and I talked about today, and desire to take our classes, look us up, watch our other videos. We're here with Tucker on Wednesdays, and
just like
Mondays and
life.
Fridays we're on our own page.
Yes.
So
yes, very good point. Stay tuned on our page so you can hear more of the month of Mayi, and give yourself permission for more this month. And also, if this message touched you in any way, and you see that anybody can reap the benefits of giving themselves permission, which who can't? Really? Who? Oh, I'm losing my word. Whoa, hold on a second.
shifting.
Yeah. If someone hears this message, really, what is the bad side effects that it can be? Really, it's all good, because when we forgive ourselves, we get free from this mental prison that we've created, because when we realize this is just a tool, this is just an amazing technology that is our ally, it is our best friend. But when we don't know how to use this, it can feel like our worst enemy. It can convince us of things that aren't even real. But when we take it as an ally, and we build and cultivate this relationship with our brain, we realize that it was always waiting to show us and reveal to us all the solutions that are here to get us ahead. So, thank you everyone. So, if you are an entrepreneur and you're getting stressed out and you're taking things too personally, please let us help you, because we've been there. 5 years doing this, actually 15 years, 5 years doing this. It can get frustrating and very damaging to the ego when it doesn't seem like things aren't coming together. It doesn't seem like all this work that you put into it is really making an impact. But I'm going to tell you something, from the feedback that we get and the love that we receive everywhere we go, we know we're making an impact. See, the ego wants to say, oh, you're not really, doing a lot. Oh, I know we are. And from the inner core of our inner work, that really makes a huge impact, because we feel our students, we feel our families, and the more we grow, the more we come into, the more you guys are going to benefit, and the more you guys come into, the more you guys grow, the more we're going to benefit.
So forgive yourself.
And we're in this together. So let's forgive ourselves.
Yes.
And let's unfold and unravel so we can truly see the solutions from within, instead of just expecting to see on the external what the internal is waiting to reveal. So thank you everyone. Blessings, blessings, blessings. We love each and every one of you. Make it a great day.